got a mistake here. If hit player distance is less than shout, if team E equals team player, for first, if GNTA does exist, if team A doesn't equal nil, if team A doesn't equal the same team, if get player distance A, nearest enemy distance, GNT health, if AI could see GNT A, nearest enemy distance, target enemy A. It looks okay. So why aren't they changing targets? On the same team, is it literally just because they can't see him? They must be able to see him. So I mean, we know that he's in the player range. So is it just literally the shout range that's wrong? Let's just make that really high and check again. Otherwise I'm not sure quite what I've done wrong. So we can go this way and goes over here. No, they really are just ignoring me. Okay. Oh, I think I know why. I think this is in the wrong place. It's just literally all it is that it's getting reset because they're already in patrol mode, and then obviously target enemy is getting reset back to nil when it gets back up to here. So what I need to do is change it down to here, and then I think that should solve the problem. Now obviously the ranges are going to be really high, and it's going to go like, oh, everyone's going to just jump on the nearest target to me, or something along those lines. But at least if it's working, we should see some actual movement this time. No, they just are still ignoring me. Interesting. Okay, so what have I done wrong now? So that obviously this is if team, if you're in shout range, team E equals team player. Nearest enemy equals A, max GNTA doesn't equal nil, which is fine. I know if it's right. If get player distance is less than that, then and if you could see him. So if target enemy he doesn't even player, then if you're less than, otherwise we move to him. Okay, that looks right. I don't know why this isn't working. I mean, we can see the prompt, so we know that the key press is registering. Let's go with a prompt local here. I'm going to go. Oh, I need to put an E in there. Otherwise, nasty things will happen. So let's check the shout range. So now with it being moved, it should only affect people that are. Whoa, why is it him? Okay, so he actually responded. Why did he respond? Nobody else. Okay, that's weird. So if we get player distance E, we're prompting yes on there. Why did that only happen for one? Well, that's very bizarre. I actually don't know why that only happened for him. I mean, obviously this is in the wrong place anyway. It should be right here, so that it's only on my team. Okay, so if the player is less than show range, which obviously is quite big. But we see it worked. Definitely worked right there. I mean, he totally deviated from his current placement. So if I go ahead and press E now, we can see he definitely still that guy. Can't press E anymore because he. I've just sorry about that. So if I press E, none of the others are actually responding. Most bizarre. Is it because do these have slightly different names? Because it seems to be this guy, which is the first guy placed, right? And then that's the guy I also copied my team from. So is it? I mean, they should all have the same name, the same team. But is that the reason why he's the only one responding? I don't know. Team E equals team player. I'm just going to go with. I'm going to go ahead and just copy out this and put that in here like that, and then I'm going to go. I just want to show that you can issue a command like a little shout, say look, come and help me, here goes, and it's literally still only one guy that's coming. Really weird. Honestly don't know why. Most bizarre. Unless it's because it only runs once. But no, because then when I press E again for the next one, that wouldn't be true. So why doesn't it work? Very weird. should get rid of that. Okay, I don't understand. You can clearly see the prompt worked only on one guy. Let's remove the need to actually be able to see them, perhaps. Somehow they don't count as being able to see that enemy? I don't know. Don't see any issue with why that would be the case. I mean, you can clearly see. Nope. Still only one guy responding. So none of them even respond once he's dead. Alright, what about if I remove the pressed function? And then the theory would be that this would update the target location sort of system. Okay, so that's the problem. It's literally just not. I run over here real quick, and then I should. So there we go, they're going to run over to that guy's dead body. There's a. Oh, hang on a minute. Or he will, sorry, there's only one. Okay, so if I tell him I need some help over here, he will now respond. Kill the enemy. Marvellous. Worked. So that was all that issue was. So if I reduce this down again. Reduce that down again. And remove the need, add back in the need to see the actual target. Okay, weird. So yeah, it was literally just the fact that the pressed thing was very very brief. So what about if shouting is less than 10? And then we'll go with shouting equals shouting plus 1. Put then in there, and then we will else shouting equals 0. Okay, and I can get rid of this bit and go back up here, change pressed to shouting 0. Okay, just so that you can't hold down E and they'll get stuck trying to find a target or something like that. I'm not sure if they would. I think it worked okay even so, but if I just move close to this guy because I've reduced the ranges, you can't see me. Okay, can you come out? Oh, there we go, he's coming out. This guy's so again, just get these guys. Dead. Guys, come on, you gotta be quicker, guys. Come and help. So obviously the shout range needs to be bigger. Guys, come and help, guys. Guys, come and help. Guys, come and help. Oh. So yeah, the shout range needs to be bigger, which is what I'm getting from this. So if I change this to like, I don't know. Oh well, it should be bigger than the attack range, I guess. We'll go 900. So anyone even remotely nearby should be able to hear me now. And so basically, if you get shot, oh, there we go. Two responses. Kind of respond. Okay, now. That's fine, that's what bad eyes for. As you can see, they helped me. Killed that guy. And what you could do is you could also go like guys over here, and then if there's no target, you could, let's just go down to wherever I added that in. Where did I add that in? Yeah. Okay, so put it in here, I think. Else if target enemy target enemy E equals nil, then and we're going to just go with a new state for this, I think. Equals 2 player, just 4. Okay, so then we're going to add that down here. So if AI soldier state equals 2 player, and then we're going to go if get player distance is greater. No, let's just say 100 for now. Then a set character to run and go to the player position. Don't do that, sorry. Obviously, after a while they will reset anyway because of this. But if they get into range, then we will set them back to patrol manually anyway, just because. So let's go ahead and try that. So now they should run to my general location, even if there's no enemies near me, like that they can see. Just so. There we go. They're all running towards me. He moves, sees me, he goes, oh, hang on. So there we go. And this time, a resounding victory for us. Thanks guys, you're the best. Now die. Oh, hang on, sorry about that. There we go. Brilliant work guys. So that is pretty much the basics of how to create your own AI. I think I've pretty much covered enough. Obviously when we get some sounds you can add in your own play global sounds and all that. That should be coming soon. You can add in cover if you want to try and add in some cover code. That can be done with this AI could see command. So you can basically flip it on its head and say if you can't see the thing. I have done a brief example of how to set that up using my function, what did I call it? Find cover, I think? Something like that. But yeah, basically all that is just using this command, really. You just need to check if you can't see said enemy, then you must be in cover, or, you know, to all intents and purposes, you're in some form of cover. And so that's good. If you can see your target, then obviously you're not in cover. Or likewise, you can do the check in reverse and say if he can see you, then you're not in cover. But essentially it kind of works out the same thing, because generally your character is going to be exactly the same size and everything. You can add up, you can add in extra weapons like grenades and that. I have a grenade script that would show you the basics of how to do that. You can add in melee if you wanted to. That's a bit more complicated than just adding a single sound, but it can be done, definitely can be done. Maybe that would be one for a future episode. I will actually show you, if I can remember where it was. No, actually, I won't, not today. But I have got a very basic medieval character like ally system, which has a ranger and a knight, and the ranger obviously uses the bow as a ranged attack, and then the knight will actually attack in melee with his sword. So you can, obviously it uses 2 scripts, but you can sort of add them in if you need to. And again, that would just be similar, but you would just say if your target was in melee range, then suddenly you just swap to a punch or a kick in this case, because of the fact that the AI, the soldiers, use attacks and punches and kicks. But if it was a zombie, you would use the zombie animations. Likewise, same for the knights, you use the swords and such, so on and so on. What else do I need to cover? We've already got waypoint code, like I say. Obviously this is just a really rubbishy setup. You should also add in some form of what happens if you have 0 targets in the map, and how to go about going back to the waypoints after everyone dies, because that doesn't actually seem to work in my script right now. I think technically it should, but obviously I've made a mistake there. I think perhaps you just need to not really sure actually why it doesn't work. It kind of should, but it doesn't. I don't know why. Also, perhaps adjusting slightly the when to walk and when to run. But for a basic script, you can see it works, and you've got some form of shouting to attract your team to come and help you. There are other things you can do with this, of course. You could tell your guys to take cover, you could tell them to go in a specific direction, you could tell them to I don't know, whatever really. If you've got the skills to expand this further, you could tell them to go through certain doors, you could tell them to go around the back of a certain building. There are plenty of options that you could do, but for a basic ally system, I think this is fine. It works well enough. You can adjust these to set up as arrays, so that you have different attack ranges for different attack ranges, different damage for different characters, and then you could change the sound so that some of them have machine guns, some of them have shotguns, etc., etc. And then obviously you would just slightly adjust the values of those characters. So instead of having attack range equals, you would put the double brackets, and then you would set them up in here and change the individual characters yourself. That's kind of long-winded to set up, but you could do it, and it would be personally, I would probably do that by name and split these into 2 scripts, and then have one where you just put team equals like team 1, and then have in the second script team equals team 2, and then just call this like team 1 dot whatever, and then team 2 dot whatever. And then you could use the name as the weapon type, and then change the range and damage and etc based on the name. So like if name equals Uzi, for example, then you would do attack delay AE, because it wouldn't be this, it would be like this, and then you would do attack delay equals, I don't know, let's just say 300, so that's like a third of a second almost. So under a third of every sort of would be like 3 shots per second, and then that would be much faster than the normal guys. And then of course for the shotgun you might say, oh well, okay, he fires once every 2 seconds, and you would just literally go else if name equals shotgun, then attack delay equals 2000. We'll change that up to 300 just to 300 just to show. And then likewise you got normal, you got pistol, you got sniper, RPGs, and then you would do the same thing for the damages and the attack range and attack range. And yeah, that's basically how you would go about doing that. But like I say, you would need 2 scripts for that, so that you can swap out this name thing for a defined name. Let's change this back in, just so. So yeah, any issues with it, please post on the forums. Someone will help, I'm sure. Hopefully I can get this video completely uploaded at some point. It's going to be quite a long video. And then I think next topic will perhaps be something completely different, and I'm probably going to go into a tower defense type game with like the browser system, where you actually click a tower and then place it onto a predefined slot on the screen. So let's just get rid of this completely. I will save it as an example just because. Right. So yeah, like I was saying, it's like one of those browser games where you have your predefined path for the enemies to follow, which would be like around here, and then you would have little squares for your turrets, and then the enemies would all go follow the path, and then you would place your click down, like say here, and put your tower on, click down, put another tower on, and likewise for all the different upgrades you can get. But that's the basic idea of it. And then obviously as the enemies get here you lose health, but I will go into that if and ever I get the actual video tutorial on how to set that sort of game up in GG, just because I want to see. I see a lot of people saying that, oh, it's only good for first person shooters and stuff like that, but it's really not. If you do a little bit of scripting, and honestly the hardest part will be translating the mouse position into the actual real world position, because there's no simple way to do that in GG. So I will cover, as I say, I will cover that in the next one, unless I get distracted or any other requests. I don't know what I've drawn right here. It looks like a little head with very many eyes. Let's just put a little smiley face on. There we go. It's got a little ear. It's a sheep, apparently. It's a very angry looking sheep. There we go, you can have a bigger smile. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful, and that's quite terrifying. So hopefully we can see some more ally scripts in the future. Good luck.